I really don't have answers. It is definitely a scary time to be bringing in life, like to be pregnant, because it's not just you anymore, but you also have a baby. Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I wanted to touch base on this whole being pregnant during a pandemic thing for a number of reasons. One, it's a question that I've been asked numerous times, whether it be here on this channel or on my personal channel. I guess like a lot of people are asking me if I'm really scared during the pandemic of being like pregnant. And just like all these different questions, and I basically kind of want to go through explaining like how I guess it's affecting me so far, and just I guess my concerns and just how I'm feeling about this whole scenario. So first off, if you guys have been following my journey for a long time, you know that hubby and I were TTCing. We were actually trying to conceive. We wanted a baby girl to have a sibling because she's just so far off in age from the other children, and we thought it would be, you know, it's a desire of ours. We have it in our hearts to expand our family, and so we were just gonna go with that. I haven't been posting it as frequently on this channel because it's not always as well received, but it was actively a thing. However, right before this pandemic thing took off, I did make a video on my personal channel just talking about like TTCing during the pandemic, and I was explaining that honestly, if it didn't happen this month, I'm probably just gonna kind of wait and take a break in a sense. Like, I don't think I'm gonna actively TTC during a pandemic. But I also made the statement, I said, knowing my luck, I would probably be the one to get pregnant during a pandemic, and so it is. I tested literally like 2 days later after making that video, and I found out I was pregnant. So that is life for you. Moving on from there, like it's definitely an interesting time to be pregnant. You guys all got to witness my first what do you call it, my first doctor's appointment, which was at home, and I explained to you guys that was weird. Like, typically, because I've had a tubal reversal, and if you don't know what that is, I have a number of videos on that. That is literally having my tubes tied for a number of years, which was like 8 in my case, and then deciding to untie it because we wanted to grow our family. So I've had that, and because I've had that, like the increased risks of like ectopic pregnancies and various things like that, they usually want you to come in early when you discover you're pregnant. And because of that initial like going in for an earlier ultrasound, they also let you come in and check your HCG levels to make sure that your hormone levels are rising at an appropriate number, and they have you do this over a number of days so they can check to see how they're increasing. Now, because of this pandemic, I haven't been able to do that. Like, everywhere is closed, the fertility clinic is closed, labs everywhere are closed down, and they're only open for specific things. So if you are, I don't know, like your case has to be like some type of emergency as to why they would even book you to go get these things done. So I haven't been able to do any of that. It definitely removes some of the false security that we have, because yes, there are resources, they're available to us, and yes, they allow you to go in and you check things out and see how things are and how they look. But I mean, at the end of the day, it still doesn't guarantee anything, but it shows you if things are in the right place and all that stuff. It's good. But for me at the current moment, I just got to put all my faith and all my trust in God that everything is going well, because I do not have that initial test that I would otherwise. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and I've switched locations real quick because my toddler's up. It's just us that was up. The other girls are waking up right now, so it's been a bit of a struggle trying to make this video, between trying to take care of her and trying to wrap this up while I still feel a little bit okay. I was saying that, like, in the simplest of ways, which is this whole isolation and quarantining thing has affected us, or affected me, is like even this morning waking up and feeling extremely nauseous, and then having like the biggest craving for something as simple as like a BLT, I think it's like a BLT Cobb salad from Wendy's. Mind you, your girl has not had this salad in like years, okay? but I was craving it this morning, and had it been a normal morning without like this whole scenario taking place, I would not be confined to my home. I would be able to hop in my car, drive out on the street, and get myself, you know, the salad to fulfill my craving. It's not like that. And I know some of you guys are gonna say, well, food places are open, but at the same token, like with this, when we're socially isolating, we're trying our best to not be in contact with even food places like that, because you just never know. Maybe I'm just being extra, but I'm just taking safety precautions. On a serious note though, many of you guys have been asking like how I generally feel about just how this thing is and how the situation is right now. And I you know, it's hard. It is definitely scary times for a lot, but you know, my motto towards things is to just try to remain positive. It's like in my video that I posted yesterday, when I looked at it, I was like, huh, it kind of made it look like it was just so easy. And it's not that it was easy, like in terms of just like adjusting to it all, because it can be hard. It is definitely hard being locked up and not being able to get out. But it's just, I'm just all about taking it one day at a time. I have to say though, I'm very thankful to be, I guess, you know, this is I'm early on in my pregnancy as to some of the women that are like close to delivery and are very pregnant and they just aren't sure what's gonna happen and what's gonna take place. Like, I guess I'm just sitting on the hope that, you know, within the next months and months to go, God willing, that everything goes correct and goes perfectly, that things will, you know, things will resume back to normal as much as possible. Things will be back, you know, everything will kind of simmer down, and hopefully we can get there sooner than later. For my own personal self, like I guess at like 8 to 10 weeks is when I have my next, or I have my formal appointment with my doctor, I think at 8 weeks. Then I have an ultrasound, I have blood work around that time frame. So like I'm actually gonna be having to go out there and do certain things, and that's in like a week and a half, really. Like that's just around the corner, and my visits are gonna start. And for me, I'm usually high risk pregnancy just because I have gestational diabetes typically, and with that you usually end up having to see an endocrinologist. Now my last pregnancy, my fourth pregnancy was the best of them all. I didn't encounter gestational diabetes until I was like 35 weeks pregnant. Yeah, I was literally on insulin for like 2 weeks. So I feel like as I've grown and matured, I've lived and I've learned and I know how to better take care of myself. So I'm kind of banking on that even though I will still be considered a high-risk pregnancy, also just because I've had like 4 C-sections. So all those things are, you know, they're there, but I'm just praying and hoping and just doing my best to take care of me in the moment. That's how I'm handling it. Like I know it's very stressful times. It's very frustrating. Even right now when like I feel the nausea is just kicking my butt and my little ginger candies are like doing nothing. Anyways, you guys can get an update on that. I am doing updates on that, just letting you guys know how my pregnancy is going and just how, but this is a taste of it. This is an example. Like nausea is actually kicking my butt, and as a result of that, I feel like me just being locked up is not helping. It would be so much nicer to just be going out for walks around my neighborhood and around and just getting out. And we were going out for walks, like we did it 1 or 2 days earlier on, but now we've just kind of simmered down because when we were going out, lots of other people were going out too, which defeats the whole purpose of being quarantined. And I took it up on myself and my family to reconsider what we were doing, only because when we were doing it, we were I feel like people look out their windows and they're like, oh, it's a beautiful day out, all these families are going for a walk. You know what, it's not too bad, let's go for a walk. And it encourages a lot of other people to want to go outside. And next thing you know, it's like a whole all these posses passing on the sidewalk, going around and walking. And it defeats the whole purpose of being quarantined, because then you've got an easy access to, you know, to contract the illness and spread it all over again. So we do have strict laws enforced here, and I'm trying to do my best to adhere by it, because it's us, you know, it is a, I wouldn't say it's a small price to pay, but it technically isn't. But at the same time, it's a, you know, it's a solid price to pay for our well-being future wise. And yeah, it just gives us hope to get out there and be able to walk and to function and to do stuff in the world, as, you know, and futuristically, and not have this thing go on forever. Like, yes, there's fear there in the sense that, man, like, when is this gonna end? It's like indefinite at the current moment. We have no clue when it's gonna end. How is it gonna end? Is it gonna end with a lot more numbers creeping up? I don't know. I really don't have answers. It is definitely a scary time to be bringing in life, like to be pregnant, because it's not just you anymore, but you also have a baby. You have another life that you're responsible for, that you're trying to take care of on the inside, and you just want them to be healthy, and, you know, just that kind of stuff. So it can be tough for sure. I'm pretty happy that hubby's on the same platform. Like, none of us were like, oh my gosh, pregnant during a pandemic, and like really questioned how this is. It was just like, oh, and we're all excited and we're all extremely happy. And I think that makes it so much easier for me, because we're all on the same page. None of us have been like, have questioned it. I'm like, you know, God has perfect timing. He doesn't make any mistake. And I'm like, I don't have any doubts that the fact that I'm pregnant now is meant to be. So that gives me a lot of hope, you know. But yeah, I just want things to resume, because while I'm currently not feeling well, a good walk could help. Just the fresh air could really help, and just being active. I'm active on the inside. I'm trying to remain active throughout this pregnancy. So I am doing some workouts daily, but it's harder. I feel like I'm always sick on the inside, and it just doesn't help. But if I was just even out trying to go for a walk, I think the fresh air would just like simmer the nausea down, as it's done in the past. And I'll be out there walking, something that like comes second nature to me, and I won't even realize I'm like I'm kicking calories, you know. I'm kicking calories goodbye as I'm busy just walking around trying to get some oxygen. So yeah, I'm just excited for that. That's another thing. So I hope this answers a question for those of you who are wondering how I felt about this whole, you know, being pregnant during this time. It's not easy, but you know, just put your right foot forward and just honestly be optimistic, be positive. Don't spend time just worrying, because it's not healthy and it's not helpful. And stressing, even though it's easier said than done, because I know we all have different stresses that we're facing at the current moment. But just in regards to this one, because like I said, if I didn't find out that I was pregnant, I probably wouldn't be TTCing. I probably wouldn't, because I don't know, it's a tough time, because it's a tough time to be trying to conceive when you don't know what the outcome's going to be. But the idea is that I am, and that it is what it is. And for all the women that are like were pregnant before the pandemic even came around, it's just like, what you got to do, you just got to do what you have to do, and just pray, and just have a positive mindset. I think that's a healthy thing to have in all times. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's always easier said than done, but it's also something one has to practice. So when things like this come about, we don't just run into immediate panic, because that doesn't really solve anything, and it just makes us even more stressed out. So we just got to take it one step at a time. So for those of you that are expecting and are in that predicament, just try that. Like, You know, you want a healthy baby, and you don't want all the weight of the stress to impact them. Yeah, that's where I am, guys. Hubby was supposed to be doing this video with me, but he's currently out on the street trying to get food, groceries, and it's really bad outside. So if you guys saw me gazing up here from time to time, but I was looking because it was like literally hailing like mad. So it's beautiful to watch, but it's like cold to witness because I thought spring was here. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos, because that is going to be very good for our channel. It'll be very good. I want to share love and positivity and encouragement to all to everyone if possible. So if you like these kind of videos, perhaps someone else would like them too, and that would be really, really helpful. Yeah, until next time, guys. Oh, and subscribe subscribe if you are into these kind of videos, because we do sit down videos from time to time, and we will also be doing our daily vlogs as per usual. If you're into seeing more fun stuff, don't hesitate to check out our new fun family channel. It is called Fun with the ZT Fam. It's newly up, so it would be great if you guys could go over and show support. We have a video up there. We have our next one going up shortly, so yeah, we would love and appreciate that. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and much love.